What is up guys, Desmond here, and today I'm gonna be showing you a race that I did recently on Zwift, which is called the Bologna race. As you can see on the top right hand corner, normally it will be alphabet C, but for this round I decided to try Cat B thanks to Bologna. I would always avoid this category because the people in this category are crazy. They are putting out massive watts. I think easily about 4 watts per kg. I'm about 3.4-ish at my best. So let's see whether this race could push me to the next level or not because of the peer pressure, the drafting, the grouping, and I'm very sure that my heart rate will actually burst in this race. 5 seconds more before we start the race. 2, 1, go! So as you can see, right off the starting line, everybody is already pushing out their watts. I'm pushing about 350, 300-ish, which is very strenuous to me because I think my normal watts will be about 240, but this round I'm just going to go for it. As you can see, right from the start, we're already hitting 370 and I'm still trying to maintain. And this is where I realized I did my first mistake because you do not want to be in front of the peloton. You want to be somewhere in the middle or slightly to the back because I know I can't be putting off that watch all the way. So whichever way I can conserve my energy, I'm just going to grab it. Yeah, so for now, I'm actually right in the middle of the pack, about maybe 20s, and slight climb. It's actually a climbing map because the total elevation for this span is 200 meters, 220, 240 meters, and it's only 7 km long. It sounds very short, but because of the massive climb, it becomes very strenuous. Like now, we're still going on a flat and I'm still trying to push. As you can see, I think the first 1 minute, my heart rate is already at 170. I'm already at my peak. But here goes nothing. Just pulling through. Wow. I'm actually very proud of myself to see the kind of watts that I'm putting out. And this is the kind of cadence that I don't normally do because I do a lot of 70-ish cadence rather than 80 to 90. Still trying my best to stick in the back. Doing a good job for now. And you can see right on from Moon Hong. But this is where there's a slight climb of 1 degree. You may not be able to feel it that much, but once you are tired, every single digit counts. I'm so happy that they finally decided to go slow a bit, about 250 watts. As you can see on my top left corner, 230, 250, hovering around there. And remember, you always want to stick at the peloton. Still grinding through. And at the top middle button, the white big button there, you can see the progress of the track, which shows how much distance left for us to cycle. I believe there's a lot of sandbaggers here because they are punching out like 4.5 watts per kg throughout the whole race. And that's not including towards the end how they sprint. I'm just trying to sneak behind someone, trying to save as much energy as I could. I would say still trying to cope with the Cat B category B people. I was hoping by this point there will be some people that actually do fall out so that I can actually follow them and actually do a second peloton. But no, these people are all up for it. Looking back at my own race, I actually realized like where I could actually improve myself or which part I should actually hold back, which part I should punch in more. I think it's a good thing. Of course, some people may say that it is just an online Zwift race, why are you taking it so seriously? For me, it's more of a real life simulation because I don't get to join many road races, or more of I don't quite dare to join road races, and I'm actually more of a solo rider because of my 17.3 Ironman races. So I don't really have much experience when it comes to road racing, and this is the best I could get. We are 4 minutes throughout the race and there's actually 4.4 kilometers to go. I really wanted this to end ASAP. I'm still punching about 260, 250 watts and my heart rate is right there. No chance at all to actually reduce to 160. I bet I was sweating buckets, man. And you can see right in front there's someone that actually break away, who is trying to split himself from the group, and nobody is actually chasing him, thank God. Because if there's people actually chasing him, the whole group will actually join, and that's where the separation begins, the distance between the first peloton and the second peloton. So I could probably say that I'm still within the first peloton for now. Halfway through, 3.6 kilometers more to go, and the one in front is still staying in front, going strong. This is the part that I sometimes be shocked, you know. When they take a turn right, they always have the inner lane where it makes the route look shorter. I'm not sure how much does it affect, but I don't know why I always, or my avatar will always swing right to the most outer part of the lane, and I have to really cycle harder to stay in the pack. This is where the climbing session starts, if I'm not mistaken. This is where I actually rest my legs a bit, 220, 240, and then shit, the whole group decided to go again, punching those numbers again, and I just have to continue on. Truthfully, what was going through my mind was, I hope someone actually decides to drop out so that I can follow him and drop out as well. This is why sometimes when you join a higher category, it actually helps a lot because the people inside there are all very driven, and you have to mentally be very strong and tell yourself not to quit. I'm already hitting 180. This is like equivalent to a car's red line. 2.5 kilometers to go. As you can see on the top right corner, that mini map on the right shows a very slight increase in the gradient. And this is where you get to see a lot of riders were separate from each other. There. It has all started. One by one were dropped like flies. Okay, you see the top right corner? That sudden steep elevation. That's a killer. That's where that 180 meters left of elevation all came from. And this was a mistake that I did. I should actually just try to bite on to the last rider, but I couldn't. And I actually dropped out from the peloton, and it was so suffering. As you can see, it's time to say goodbye to all those front riders. And I have this guy, E-legger, right beside me. I bet in real life, I would just look at him and just say, How's it going? Oh look, Legger decided to say goodbye. I'm all alone. This is the longest 1.8 kilometer climbs. Stick right to his butt. As close and as long as possible. That's the key to survival here. Oh, there's one guy that decided to say, you know what, I have enough of this, goodbye. See ya, Bumblebee. You see the numbers on the right side, like 4 watts per kg, 3.6 watts per kg. These guys are serious, man. These guys are strong. And I'm stuck at 3.5. At 180 heart rate. I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm at my max already. What went through my mind was, quickly get this over and done with. There's another 1.6 kilometers to go. Sometimes when you see climbs like this, you tend to ask yourself, what kind of decision have you made? Why do you want to go through such painful race? And then we still do it again, and again and again. It is very important to know the max that you're going to race, because this is where you can actually mentally equip yourself, like, I have another 120 meters of elevation to go, rather than saying, oh, you know what, I have 1.5 kilometers to go, I can just punch in right now. You'll probably die before that. Guess out. So this guy, Animal, is going right in front of me, and oh, Legger is actually right behind of me. I wonder what happened to him. It's always nice to see some ride-ons from friends when you're in a race and you know you're like half dead already, right? And then you see this ride-on. It's quite similar to an Ironman 70.3 race, where during your running leg, you feel so tired and then people just cheer you with all the bells and all the music, and you can see people clapping for you. They don't even know who you are, but they just cheer for you, and that's the best part about sports. If you have great environment. You're gonna have a few seconds of a short break right at this part where it's level. But right after this, it's gonna be another massive climb. Another 80 meters more of climb. Trust me, man, all these small breaks actually do help a lot for you to recover. Better than nothing at all. 7 kilometers and 1.1 kilometers to go. And one more section, and you can see the gradient is 13. Imagine the gears that you're using right now. I nearly ran out of gears. This particular stretch actually does remind me of Taman Tun Sarong climb, where the steepness never ends. You keep grinding and grinding and grinding, and you just never get there. Oh, I love the name of the person who is right behind me now. E-Powers. Must be some electric power bike driven guy. I'm still trying to hold as high as possible, 220, 230. As you can see, the cadence also dropped because of the steepness, and your legs are so worn out, your quads are crying, your calves are crying, including your heart as well. 180, 179. I'm so happy that it's actually a short race. If it was longer than this, I don't know what's going to happen. So with 900 meters to go, I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. Right on from Azhar. Imagine this in real life. I think it will be quite potong steam, you know, when you see the gap between one rider and another gets wider and wider. Oh, it's so demoralizing. It reminded me of the part in Langkawi 70.3 where they call a section, this particular section, the Three Sisters. My goodness, the climb is massive, man, and you can see one by one their face constipated. That pink glowing bike in front of me is actually called a Tron bike, and that's one of the bikes that all Zwifters are hunting for. You need to do a total of 58,000 meters elevation. Then the bike is yours. I have a long way to go. I could only admire the color, the awesomeness, the brightness of the bike. 700 meters to go. And I know it's going to be a bit flatter because I'm actually 197 meters and the total was about 220 like I mentioned earlier, if I'm not mistaken. Knowing this is the last 600 meters, I decided to push a bit more. And see if I could actually catch on someone and try my best to drop behind someone. And you got another guy, Henao, decided to just take a pit stop, take a selfie, and give up on the race. 184 heart rate. I was supposed to do another ride after this, but after this race, I was so bummed out. I decided to just cancel any other rides after this. "300 meters to go." These 300 meters, normally people would have started sprinting, but this is actually a climbing stage, so the 300 meters, right, may be equivalent to your 600 or 700 meters to go, depending on how much elevation left. "200 meters, and I just gave whatever I have left in the tank. As you can see, the heart rate also keep jumping up to 185, and I'm pushing my cadence 90 plus, closing about 90 to 100, and that's about it. The results are there. As you can see, 25 with an average watt of 242, which is 3.7 watts per kg. I'm actually quite surprised because I don't remember punching these numbers for a long time, and I would say I'm very happy. If you ask me whether I could have done better, yes. There's still much more to learn when it comes to road races. I hope you guys enjoyed the race, and please drop me a like and share your comments here, and I'll be back with more videos. Desmond Fu here, signing out.